A Texans player threatens Mahomes, and the Chiefs finally get Brown back. But what about DJ Humphries? We're going to talk about it. Good morning, Chiefs Kingdom ACU crew. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for joining us here on Red Friday morning, baby. The Chiefs play tomorrow. It's weird. So it's kind of a pregame. I'm sorry. It's a tailgate, if you will, because the Chiefs are playing tomorrow on a Saturday.
Yeah. It's weird. Isn't it?
They've played on every other day. Why not play on Saturday?
The NFL has made this season all about the Chiefs. We're everywhere, all the time, and they wonder why they hate us. They wonder why. We wonder why the league hates us. We wonder why the fans hate us, because we're everywhere all the time.
They have that Chiefs fatigue, baby. They have that Chiefs fatigue. But you know who doesn't? We don't, and you don't. So do us a favor. Hit that like button for us. Help get this out to more people. We appreciate you. But, Mike, let's talk about this Texans player. Wait a second. A Texans player threatens Mahomes? What the hell are we talking about here?
Well, this happened a few days ago. We didn't cover it. Nobody's really covered it. I feel like the guy is just he's a nobody.
A slapnut?
He's a slapnut. Like, I'm going to say his name. Steve, do you even know who Tim Settle is?
I didn't until Kyle said it in the chat.
Right, here we go. Sideline Sarah, who is a beat reporter for the Texans, said that Tim Settle responds to Patrick Mahomes playing this week and says, I hope he's mobile enough because we come in an Arrowhead. That sounds gross. He should stop doing that. You keep that from being at home. I feel like I could take advantage of the Chiefs' offensive line, Settle told the media on Wednesday morning. Mahomes is banged up. I don't know if he's going to play or not, but I hope he's mobile. Settle then proceeded to take an even more direct shot. And he says, Mahomes better make a good decision on whether or not he was going to play. I ain't making no threats, great English. I'm making promises. Steve, that was a threat. That was a threat. It was not. But here's the full clip. Let's watch it in its entirety so you can see this beautiful beast just out here just doing his thing.
You know, this is the top team in the league right now by the NFL, but it's nothing. You know, I definitely see this O-line. It definitely has its loopholes, and it definitely has its their struggles. But, you know, I feel like that we can take advantage of that. You know, we got an elite D-line. You know, I feel like Pat's a little banged up, so I don't know if he's going to play or not, but I hope he's mobile enough because we coming in Arrowhead.
You guys plan to get after that?
Yeah, for sure. Pat better make a good decision. I ain't making no threats. I'm making promises.
I got you.
What a badass.
What the hell's this guy talking about? Tim Settle, you know what? He better settle down. Mahomes will be out there on crutches and a wheelchair beating this guy to a pulp. This has been talk from a guy that's not got a sack in 4 weeks. Like, what?
Mike, don't get Pat petty, because Petty Pat is going to tear your ass up.
You've already got injured ankle Pat. You're going to have Petty Pat.
And then what if he pulls the turtleneck out and you get the trifecta?
Dude, if he goes turtleneck Pat this week, it is flat out done. Steve, Tim Settle talking all this trash, dude. Do you realize he scores a 39.7 run defense per PFF, and he's a defensive tackle?
That's pretty rough.
This dude's had 5 sacks on the season and 0 in the past 4 weeks. 1 in the past 5 weeks. This dude's a complete slapnut. Why does he want to give bulletin board material to the greatest quarterback to ever play the game?
The greatest.
The greatest. And whoever comes on here and says, you guys don't call Patrick Mahomes the greatest. If you're a Chief fan and you're mad that I called Patrick Mahomes the greatest quarterback on the planet, you're a slapnut.
Yeah. Pretty bad, Mike. Pretty bad. I don't even know where to go with this one. This one's wild. Because, first of all, the Texans, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong.
I can tell you're a little speechless about this. I think Tim Settle, he shook you up a little bit, Steve.
No, he didn't. I just really don't even know what to say about it because it's dumb. But it's like I was saying, the Texans are a good team. They've kind of taken a step back from last year, kind of because, you know, people figured out C.J. Stroud a little bit. People got tape on him. They know how he plays. The defense has still been decent. They're not bad, but, man, you're not in a position. You're not in a position to be talking like that, especially when you know that Pat is a different animal when he's on one leg. And you also know that if he gets a little chip on his shoulder, he can take advantage of him. So
this dude's possibly going up against Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith as well.
Yeah, what are you
Mike
talking
Caliendo's
about?
now sitting there because it looks like it's going to be another left tackle day for Joe Tooney.
Another Tooney day.
We're going to get a little Looney Tooney out there, baby. That's what we're going to do. Let's forget about Tim Settle. Let's go to the next thing. Patrick Mahomes, off the injury report yesterday, he's going to play. We knew he was going to play. He's the rubber band man, okay?
He is. He's made of something that's not bones.
Teflon. I don't know what he is, but, dude, we knew he was going to play. He said it himself. This ankle injury wasn't as bad as the one he suffered versus Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know if the Chiefs have officially activated Hollywood Brown as of yet, but they said they're going to. It's basically like it's a done deal pretty much at this point, unless in the middle of the night he slept wrong. I don't know. But other than that, it looks like he's going to play. But Steve, DJ Humphries has been officially ruled out, still with a hammy. They're saying that maybe he gets back for Christmas. Has there been another – what is going on with every pickup we get this year has just been the most disappointing.
It is.
Is it because they rushed him back? Or do you think that had nothing to do with it? Like, do you just don't think he was in game shape, and then we were like, hey, get out there going against Khalil Mack?
I do think that's part of it. I think he wasn't in full game shape. And the thing about it is how long does that take when you've been, out for an entire year?
Yeah, we could have been using him. Yeah, like, if you would have just set him against – okay, look, just say you sit him in the week we played him, and you give him that one extra week, you could have played Tooney that week, and you may have solved all this problem. We're going on 2 weeks of injury now, looking for maybe getting them back for the third.
That's a fine thought, but at the same time, what's an extra 2 weeks when you've been out for a year? How's that going to help you be in so good of shape
Get you
that
back
you're not
in a little bit of game?
Not going to hurt
shape
your
a little
ham.
bit.
That ain't going to help. That ain't going to help his hamstring. Taking 2 weeks.
His little hammy. What's he doing out here? Look, Steve, I think you could just about put a lock on the DJ Humphrey thing. I don't know if he's going to be able to contribute this year.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised
season.
to see Joe Tooney play left tackle for the rest of the year.
He done a hell of a job last week, and I think he does better this week because I think now he's got a game under his belt with it. I mean, he's already did it before, but he's got a game under his belt with it. He's a little more seasoned at the position. Okay, I think he's gonna come out and he's gonna do well this week. He's gonna line up against some good pass rushers this week, but I don't think either of them, were as good as Myles Garrett even thought about being.
I don't know. The guys have been just as successful as Myles Garrett this season. I'll say that. They are pretty good pass rush. I think Tooney is that guy, though. He'll step up to the plate. He actually wanted to play tackle. He asked to play tackle and go against Myles Garrett. And he stepped up to the plate, man, and he performed well. Myles Garrett was – you can't call him a non-factor. He's never a non-factor. But for all intents and purposes, he didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go up against Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. Okay, look, Danielle Hunter's a pretty good. That was a great acquisition coming from the Vikings, and then Will Anderson was a nice little draft pick there. But neither one of those guys are on the level of a Myles Garrett. It's just that's the truth. So, I mean, on the bright side, you don't have to have that headhunter guy. Like he's still suspended, right? Shazier, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these guys? How come every time a team wants a little bit of success, they turn into like some kind of wild
crazy
beast?
Kids?
Yeah, like just craziness.
I don't know, man. Mike, we got a 5-bomb from Ron. He says, I will be at the game tomorrow. I hope it's not like that cold-ass Christmas game I went to last year. I don't think it'll be that bad, Ron, but it's not going to be pleasant, I wouldn't say.
As long as it's not down to like that Dolphins temperature we had in the playoffs.
It's not going to be that bad.
I don't know exactly what the temp's going to be. I hope
it's like 19 degrees in KC right now.
Jeez Louise.
So I don't know how much colder it's going to get between now and then.
Jack Frost came a little bit early, huh?
Yeah.
He said, how dare you have a nice finale at Arrowhead without me freezing that ass off?
He needs to. It's good. It's good football weather. Appreciate the 5, Ron. Hopefully you stay warm. I know it's tough to do out there sometimes.
For sure, Ron. Oh, also, okay, Chief and Rick, $4.99 here. He says, do you think Pat puts his turtleneck? Hey,
yes.
If it's 19 degrees today, Pat might turtleneck it.
Look, that's what we were saying earlier, man. You have one-leg Mahomes. You have turtleneck Pat. There's
You have Petty Pat. You have.
That's what I'm saying, and they just made him to where he could potentially pull the petty.
I mean, we've had Patrick McClones for half the season, so let's hope McClones.
Let's get turtleneck Pat out there and going.
Is replaced by turtleneck Pat. That's what we're hoping for. Appreciate the 5-bomb, Chief and Rick. Steve, here's what I wanted to get to. Last time, right as we was leaving the show, our boy Anthony Powers dropped a 100-bomb on us.
A hundo, baby.
He dropped a hundo right as we was going off. So we wanted to give him his shout out. He was the top donor last week, or last Wednesday, not last week. Sorry, it feels like forever ago. But yeah, shout out to our boy Anthony. I'm going to send a tumbler out his way, by the way, for that. And, dude, just appreciate you for the early Christmas gift to ACU. Appreciate you, brother. Just wanted to give you your props.
Yeah, and about that, we have a goal set. We're just goaling it up now. It's an option.
Goal kind of year.
It's an option. We got a goal going. Get 15. We need 15 in 45 minutes, and then
You're
voila,
going.
top donors getting a signed poster and a tumbler. So let's do it. But yeah, man, let's talk about Hollywood Brown a little bit. You know, he's back. Guess who's back? Hey,
Hollywood's back.
What do you think that's going to be like?
Don't get us copyrighted here with Eminem. He's a Lions fan. You know he's petty. He'll come in here and take us down.
He can shut up. I'll tell you what. What do you think Hollywood Brown's going to do? Do you think how much? Let's start here. How much is he going to be used? Is he going to be on a pitch count? Is he not? What are we looking at here? How do you think it's going to be in the first game back?
Yeah, he's not going to play like tons and tons. I think he's probably going to play less than 20 snaps. Maybe I would say somewhere between 10 and 20. If he was to get to 25, it wouldn't surprise me totally because his legs were not the problem. So he is in game shape. But I think they'll ease him back in. Hopefully. I mean, maybe Andy goes balls to the wall here and plays him the entire game. Who knows? But I think look, we've seen a good progression this year from Xavier Worthy, in my opinion. Again, we've talked about this time and time again. In an alternate universe, Xavier Worthy's got 1,000 yards. If Pat would have been petty all season, if he would have turtlenecked it all year, he would have been out here. Xavier Worthy would have had 1,200 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns by now. Okay? But Xavier Worthy still, at this point in his career, he's given you enough over-the-top ability that you do not have to use Marquise Brown that way. Okay? Hopkins, the addition of Hopkins now gives you the quick slants and things like that you're missing. Just go out and beat a guy one-on-one. Brown is going to be that missing piece that we have not had, where a guy can work the intermediate part of the field and he can beat you on curl routes. He can beat you on dig routes. He can beat zone coverage like nobody's business. I think that's going to open up a lot. And you've seen that in that very first play. Rashee Rice done his thing, and then Marquise Brown goes right underneath him on the only play that he got to play this year versus Jacksonville in the preseason, and it was beautiful. Everything was open. Marquise Brown makes a little move, catches the ball. And I don't remember how long the pass was. It feels like it moved the chains. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it was a little short, but Pat's going to be able to do that all day long. It's going to be brilliant, and maybe this gets Pat back into him and the turtleneck get back together. They sync it up, and we start seeing everything come together here in the last few weeks.
I wonder if Hollywood could be that piece that kind of gets this offense, or like a little spark plug. I mean, we kind of thought maybe when Pacheco came back, he could help with that. Maybe Hollywood can too. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. But if you're Andy, do you go out and do you just target him early? Because I feel like if you get him back out there, if it's not one of those things where it's like, let's take it slow, which I don't know why it would be. I'm with you. I feel like with that injury, it's just kind of a freak injury. So, I mean, if you're going to get hit and that's going to happen, it's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. So I'm thinking, like, do they go out and they get them involved early and often where it's just like, hey, rest of NFL, check out what we have. You have to pay attention to him. And you also have to pay attention to Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce and DeAndre Hopkins and Juju Smith-Schuster. Like, do you think that's what they do? Like, hey, here's our boy. He's back.
You have to. You have to feature him. You got to get him in. You've got limited weeks to get this dude in sync and feeling comfortable. You have limited weeks, and you're doing it on short weeks. So he's not even getting all the practice time. We're going to be back out there playing football within 4 days. Like You're going to get Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're back on Thursday. He gets 4 days, and that doesn't include the day of rest. It's like, it's like God after the fourth or on the seventh day he had to take a rest. They don't even get 7 of them. They're getting 4.
They're being held to a high standard here.
Hey, they didn't make the entire universe, but you're playing the Texans. That's a pretty tough matchup, right?
KC Lion Squad with the 2 says, I hope we run Hunt and Pacheco right at that dude. So here's the thing. This guy is a slap. Now, let's go back to that. Tim Settle decided that he's not making threats. So you kind of lied in the title. You said Texans player threatens Mahomes, but he didn't threaten Mahomes. He promised Mahomes.
Well, he said, I didn't threaten. That's a threat.
He promised. He said he better make the right decision.
Well, that's a threat, too. He promised his threat would come true. That's what he promised.
Yeah, but anyway, guy's a moron, right? But okay, gave us some bulletin board material. And like you said, this is a guy that'll be going up against Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith, maybe some Mike Caliendo, depending on where he lines up there. So, do you think that was a good idea for this guy? Because
no.
Absolutely stupid. Can you imagine if what Trey Smith and Creed Humphrey is going to do to him? Like, let's go to appreciate the 2, Casey Lion Squad. We got a 5 from Flapjack, and he says, why they got to hit on our boy? Someone about to lose a kneecap this Saturday. So that's the kind of mentality. You think like the offensive line, who just got gifted by Mahomes for Christmas, a nice Yeti cooler, some cowboy boots, some leg compression thing, like all kinds of weird stuff. But they got gifted stuff from Mahomes, some Oakleys.
What if Mahomes what if he would have pulled out a left tackle? What if he'd have been like, hey, guys, got you guys David Bakhtiari since Brett Veach wouldn't do it?
But no, like, these guys see this too. Do you think that kind of pisses them off a little bit? So now not only are you playing the best interior offensive line in football, but you just pissed them off a little bit. Like, I don't know why do people do this kind of thing?
I don't know. Maybe this is the thing. Maybe there's some small silver lining here, and maybe these 3 games and in such a short period, maybe like it's going to cause like maybe some team unity. I haven't heard a lot of trash talking from people this year to the Chiefs. Like we got it in week 2 a little bit.
Jamar Chase probably said something because that's what he does.
It wasn't Jamar Chase. It was the corner, Cam Britt Taylor. And then he did make a hell of a pick. I'll give him that. Pat gifted him that. Pat was like, you want to talk crap to me? I'm going to set the tone for the season and just give you the most beautiful pick you've ever got.
He got an interception, but he still got his ass beat.
Yeah, he did. But anyway, so maybe they all get back together. Maybe this is the kick in the ass the O-line needs. Like, wake up. People are they're threatening your guy. They're threatening the guy that just bought you boots for Christmas. What are you doing?
Well, that's the weird thing. Don't you find it kind of odd? Like, I wonder if he would have threatened Mahomes if he wasn't hurt. Because that's kind of weirder behavior to me. Like the guy's injured and you're throwing out threats.
Well, that's my point. He's like, he better be ready to go because we're gonna just kill him here.
If he's in the least bit of a vulnerable situation, we're going to take advantage of it. Who cares?
This guy,
Trey Smith, going to pancake him,
dude. If I will put it on a poster. If Trey Smith pancakes Tim Settle, it's going on a poster, and I'm sending it to the Houston Texans.
He might teabag him after he does it too.
I hope he Call of Duty teabags him. Like he just starts
up and down.
He's like, that's going to be funny.
That'd be great. Appreciate the 5 Flapjack 2 bomb from Phil McAmis. Always get his name wrong, but appreciate you, Phil. He says that dude is on Blue Chew coming into Arrowhead. He says he's coming to Arrowhead. Coming in Arrowhead.
I wish he'd calm down. Hey, Tim, settle down, Tim. What is wrong with him?
A little horned up, ain't he?
You know what? That's the way that guy talks. You would think he was like some just world beater, just great.
You think that's what it is? You think he's just a little horned? Like, because who's Tim Settle, right? That's the question. And then they're playing the Saturday game against the most popular sports team in the world. And they're going to be one of the only games on television that day. So, I mean, the world's watching. Maybe Tim Settle's just rocked up, bro.
The dude played. Look, listen to this. Tim Settle played at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech has not been relevant in football since I was a child.
Michael Vick.
Okay. He played for the Commanders for 3 years. The Commanders, bro. And then he played for the Bills for a season. That's where he got his slap nut.
Is there a team named the Commanders in the NFL?
I guess.
That's weird.
He played for the Bills. That's where he got his slap nut instilled.
Absolutely.
He played there for, what was it, 2022, 2023, which was
so the
last
Chiefs,
year.
So he hates the Chiefs because they're always sending him home. That's what it is.
What a loser.
We figured it out, Mike. Del Monte with the 2 bomb says, I want to see 87 and Hopkins stacked in the slot.
Let's go.
Why not? Why wouldn't they do that? That'd be fun.
Make so much. Look, I think they could have so many like fun little weapons now with Hollywood. Like, there's going to be so much stuff. Like, and you still got Noah Gray that's playing at such a high level this year.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, Noah Gray is he's been a little bit of a difference maker. We've just not been able to fully grasp that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just flashes. But if you could fully just grab that and hold on to it and always have, like, he's doing some stuff that, like, you've seen Kelsey doing years ago. Kelsey can still do it. But I'd love to see, like, you're going to have 2 tight ends that can do it? So even better.
Here's a thought. Like, so first of all, Andy Reid, he's known as the creative best play caller, best playmaker, whatever in football, right? Not playmaker like he's out there doing it, but you know what I'm talking about. He's drawing up some good stuff. Now he's got all these crazy pieces on his team. Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, both 4-2 guys. You got Hall of Famer and DeAndre Hopkins and Travis Kelce. Like, he's got a lot of little toys to play with. And then you have the crowd that's like Andy holds back in the regular season. Do you think we're about to see some really cool shit from Andy Reid coming up?
I hope he gives us an early, like Christmas, you get kids, they get a little bit, excited for the year. And you're like, you have to give them a present early. I hope this is our early gift. I hope Andy's like, I've been oppressing Chiefs Kingdom with this just mediocre, just shoddy football.
You think he'll give you a little taste of it?
Just this nasty, hard to watch, pre-pass era almost is what it looks like. It looks like we're running the ball 76 times a game. We don't even run the ball. That's what it feels like. It feels like we are just such a pain to move the ball 6 yards up the field in chunks at times. It's so gross. But maybe Andy's like, look, enough's enough. Maybe Andy
gives us a little treat this weekend.
Did they really put an entire offense around Hollywood Brown in the offseason and didn't tell us? Did they literally make 99% of the plays around Hollywood Brown? We're about to find out.
I doubt that, but I think there's something up that sleeve. And then Del Monte follows that up with another 2 bomb that says, sorry, I'm broke as hell. All good, Del Monte. We appreciate the support, my man. But yeah, I would love to see Andy Reid get more creative. And that's the thing. I don't want Andy to get creative at stupid times, like when you're on the 10-yard line in the red zone. I don't want you to do that, Andy. Maybe every once in a while. If you want to do one of them little plays where you do a little spin, a little do-wopping, a little flashy, that's okay. But you don't got to get too crazy. You got to do it every time we're in the red zone. Jay Kelsey, shout out, been a member for 15 months, says, let's freaking go Chiefs, and smack settles in the mouth. And I think that's what's getting ready to happen, man. Flapjack with a 2 says, secretly Tim wants to be a Chief. I think that's a lot of these players. A little jealousy.
Yeah, he's a little jealous. He's like, why you draft Chamari Connor out of Virginia Tech and not Tim Settle? We don't care about Virginia Tech. Chamari Connor got lucky. We're not sending scouts to Virginia Tech.
It's okay though. Tim Settles, he gonna be known in Chiefs Kingdom after this week. I think
there's any Virginia Tech fans watching. I'm
Trey
sorry.
and Creed's gonna take care of business. Casey Line Squad with a 10 bomb says Pat said in his presser that he should have hurt Worthy instead of taking a deep shot to Watson in double coverage.
Should have hit Worthy.
Yeah. Hurting on the brain, baby, because of Tim Settles out here being violent.
I know what he was talking about. He was talking about that stupid little crossing route there on 3rd down. I called that out loud. Yes. I was like, good God, why did he not pass it to Xavier Worthy?
Absolutely. Everybody saw that.
And when you saw the all-22, Xavier Worthy runs by this cat, and there's nobody. Xavier Worthy could be like, he would have turned himself into Forrest Gump. Lieutenant Dan. He would still be running right now. He would have grown his beard running This is Xavier Worthy. He's probably halfway to California by now, and nobody's caught him.
He creating the shit happens bumper sticker, all kinds of good stuff.
This dude just runs right out of the stadium. Like, he's still going right now.
Yeah,
and Pat's just like, Justin Watson, the
Mike,
greatest receiver ever, down there somewhere.
That wasn't the only one. That wasn't the only time that happened.
Why do you do that with Justin Watson? What gives you any form of confidence that you're just like, screw it, Justin Watson down there, I'm going to chuck it up?
You know who I blame for that?
Has he been watching Josh Allen?
You know who I blame for that?
Who?
Just the Chiefs in general for having Justin Watson out there. That's
hey, 3 weeks ago, Justin Watson was making headlines for being a blocker.
I don't care.
Let's go. I'm tired of blockers.
Yeah, Casey
we
Lion
had that
Squad.
last year in MVS.
Appreciate the 10. And he goes on to say, I think we'll see Pat at his best with the return of Hollywood. I would like to think maybe in a perfect world, Pat's ankle's a little sore. And he's got to settle down a little bit because Pat's been pressing all year.
He's got to Tim settle.
He's got to Tim settle it. But yeah, he's been pressing all year, and I think that's the reason why he's been a tick off because he's just a little too horned. Like you said, he's passing up wide open receivers to hit the big money shot down the field. You got to calm it down a little bit, Patrick. And I think maybe, like I said, in a perfect world, he settles a little bit. He takes what the defense is giving him. He gets the ball into the hands of his playmakers. And we see a much better Pat and just one more weapon on the field with Hollywood. So I agree. Maybe we could see the best Patrick we've seen yet.
I think you're just going to see Creed just dominate the dude, and we're going to see Pat look good, and Hollywood's it. I think Hollywood might be it. But yeah, Pat's got to stop throwing the ball to Justin Watson. Unless you, like, if it's your last resort.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. With Hollywood Brown back in the lineup. I was going to say,
I don't even know if Justin Watson, surely he don't play no more than, what, 20 snaps?
That's what I'm saying. If your wide receiver room is listed as follows: DeAndre Hopkins, Xavier Worthy, Juju Smith-Schuster, Hollywood Brown. There's 4 guys right there. How much should Justin Watson be on the field? That's a real question. That's a real question.
Hey, I'm going to tell you, though, Andy's going to have him out there. Andy can't quit Justin.
What do you think's going on there?
Same way, same way they kept Sky Moore around, same way they kept. Can Nico Remigio get a little bit of? Can we
can get some offensive action? Get him out there instead of Justin.
Can we see
Watson.
what Nico can do for a minute?
Yep. Shout out Nicky, been a member for 15 months. Ray, you're right about whatever you said, my man. And speaking of Ray's back. And let me tell you a story.
We had to go through the depths of
No. Let me tell everybody a story
for
real quick. It's just going to take about 30 seconds. Okay, so I went to try to recover Ray from the pit. I went on a rescue mission, and I couldn't find Ray. He just didn't exist.
They didn't exist. Yeah, you didn't get listed.
All the way down there in the depths of hell, and I couldn't find Ray anywhere. But we knew he was there somewhere. So what did we do? We're like, this is our boy Ray. This is our mod. Like, we got to do what we got to do here.
You do whatever you can to save one. No man left behind.
There's this button. There's this X, a big X button. It says, you know what? Let everybody out of the pit.
We freed everyone.
Let all
from the
500 pit. Plus people out of the pit.
Every slapnut, every idiot, every troll.
Look
just
right
for
here.
Ray to get out. And they've all got a second chance right now.
Look, don't be an idiot this time. If you're out there and you were in the pit, you're not in the pit now. Try your best to be a normal human and not go back to the pit. That's all I got to say. But, yeah, Ray.
And if you do act like a slapnut, you're going right back to the pit. It's as easy as clicking one button. And if I have to send Ray back again just to get you, I will. That's how that's going to work.
Let's go, baby. Also, shout out Trey, been a member for 3 months. He says, hope the O-line is horned up. Let's make that slap nuts, some pancakes, and let the boy watch. Okay.
Dude.
Tim, is that what we're going to do with Tim Settles? We're going to let the boy watch.
We'll let him watch.
I agree with Trey. Need to send a message. And I think Pat's got to get back in the groove.
Yeah. We got a 2-bomb from Mike. Mikey Yo Ways. He said, I think this injury, Pat will play good.
I think so. I think It's got to settle him a little bit, somewhat, right? Because Pat's been Tim settling
him. You're Tim settling.
Is that the word of the day?
It's settle. Too much. We should have named the video. It's time to settle down.
Settle down,
Timothy.
Oh, Timothy, appreciate the 2, Mike. Real quick, just want to thank everybody for being here on Friday morning. It's Red Friday. Mike forgot his red today, but he's got a little bit on his headphones and his hat, so that counts for something.
The bike cable.
But yeah, I want to appreciate you guys, or say that we appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the donos and hanging out and the likes and all that good stuff. If you don't care, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button for us. If you're watching on Facebook, share that out to your friends and family. And also, if you're watching on X, if you could repost that out to your followers, that would be great. Thanks for helping us get the word out. We're going to take a quick break and shout out the sponsor of today's live stream. So stick around. It's just going to take 1 minute, and we'll be back talking about some more Chiefs football. What's up, everybody? Just want to take a second to shout out Underdog. Underdog is the place to play if you're looking to cash in on all of your favorite athletes' performances. It's available in 30 states, including California, Georgia, and Texas. Just call your shot by picking higher or lower on 2 or more players' stats for a shot to win real money. All right, this week, Houston at Kansas City. I'm going to take Joe Mixon lower than 60.5 rushing yards because the Chiefs have been shutting down running backs all season long. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes higher on the 1.5 passing touchdowns because he's the GOAT. And I'm looking for DeAndre Hopkins to get in the end zone this week, so I'm taking the higher on the half touchdown. And Xavier Worthy is going to have another big week, so higher on the 39.5 yards. New customers can pair my picks with this free pick shown on screen. Use promo code ACU to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. So download the app today and turn every touchdown into a W with Underdog. Do it to it.
Shout out Underdog, Steve. I seen those picks. Look, you think Xavier Worthy's going over 40? You think D-Hop's getting in the end zone? You think Petty Pat's having 2 tutties?
I got a little horned up on this week, but I was 100% last week, batting 1,000 right now.
You're batting 1,000. I think all those have a good possibility.
Yeah, I took it a little extra mile this time. We'll see how it goes.
Hey, that's where you got to do it.
Yeah, but shout out Underdog. Hit that description. Go play. Have some fun. Shout out Perry with the 5 bomb here. He says, did you all see Schlereth clip calling out Andy's anti-run play calling yesterday and stating that if he was willing to run, they beat the Bucs in the Super Bowl?
Hey, I'm going to call BS on that last part.
Yeah, Cheffers wasn't allowing that.
Carl Cheffers was never allowing us to beat the Bucs. They thought that was Tom Brady's going away party.
They were playing at home. It was, the deck was stacked.
They called 100 yards of
penalties. And I know I saw some people crying in the last live stream, like, y'all shut up. There ain't no such thing as a stacked deck. Yes, there is. Yes, there freaking is. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go full conspiracy theory and say that the NFL scripted or that they even do stuff on purpose just for Vegas. I'm not even going to go that far. But I think if they can sway it, without swaying it, they will do it.
I think anybody, you can watch a team that you don't even like. Just turn on any game, and you can see at some point in that game, it starts getting a little weird. You start seeing a bunch of weird calls from one team.
Man, anywhere there's this much money, there's corruption.
Yeah. And look, if anything,
impossible.
It's just maybe some of the officials just don't like certain teams or certain players.
Yeah, you don't know. They have personal
human
preferences.
nature.
You have to think, if you were a referee,
hates the Chiefs.
If you were a referee, could you be completely unbiased refereeing a Chiefs game?
I could be.
Do you think, subconsciously, you would still kind of be, throwing things their way a little?
I mean, I won't look.
Do you have 100% integrity? That's what I'm asking. If
Jawan Taylor wants to move a little early, I ain't gonna look at it.
Appreciate the 5, Perry. Flapjack with the 10 bomb says, I never understood why people were saying that they should rest Pat. I never got on that train. It's the number 1 seed. We ain't come this far. Come on, Flapjack's horned up, baby. To hand Buffalo a Christmas gift. I agree. I've kind of been there with you, Flapjack. Would it be the worst thing in the world if Carson Wentz would have started and Mahomes couldn't go this week? Probably not. It probably been okay. But I think that at this point, if Pat's okay, if he's ready to play, he says he's ready to play, you go get the damn 1 seed. We need that. That's something that we need. I think we sincerely need that this time around because, Mike, it's very, very, very hard to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. It's never been done before. I think you got to take every advantage you can get at this point.
Yeah, but I guess some people were saying if the ankle was so bad, he's not even going to be at full capacity.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But he's not. He says
right.
He's good.
He says he's ready to go, so he's ready to go. I wouldn't just sit him to sit him. Like I don't think that was a thing. But does he need rest? Does his whole team need rest? I don't know. You got a bye week they had the bye week in camp. That's how early they had the bye week. We had the draft, then we took our bye week, and then we went to camp, and then we played the whole season.
I think it would be a good thing for the team across the board because, Pat needs to rest. Everyone talked about that this week. Oh, he needs some rest. He looks like he needs some rest. Agreed. I think that too. I think it's been a long, grinded out season, man, and I think that everybody's pretty tired at this point. We've been beat up. Obviously, injuries have been kicking our ass this year. We need all the rest we can get. So I think best case scenario is you go out here and you beat the Texans and you beat the Steelers on Christmas Day. And within 5 days, you lock up this 1 seed. And then guess what? Everybody's resting all the way up until the playoffs.
That's a lot of big wins. That's a big ask.
Here's
the
is,
Texans, and in 4 days beat the Steelers.
That gives the guys almost 3 weeks of rest.
But look, how funny is that? And then, Buffalo over here. You guys go out and beat John Denver High School 2 out of 3 weeks, and the third week you play some expansion new franchise from Australia. That's their 3 games they got coming up. And I'm telling you, you're going to mark it down right now with Carl Cheffers. This goes back to our last episode. With Carl Cheffers and the way the NFL likes to nudge things, they very much want to nudge things toward their prized MVP runner,
Right.
They're Josh Allen. That's everybody's new favorite. Everybody in the world's rooting for Josh Allen now to beat Patrick Mahomes and take the Chiefs out of the playoffs. You better believe the NFL is going to play into that storyline very, very much. And I will guarantee you we're going to get some shaft calls tomorrow. Now, will the Chiefs be able to overcome that? We're going to find out.
Right.
And the way they've been playing, the NFL knows that these are just one little bitty nitpicky things that are going one way or the other. It would not surprise me, Steve. They're wanting to see Josh Allen and the Bills, at least for the last 2 weeks, for ratings.
Nobody cares about Josh Allen. Stephen James with the 2-bomb says, Merry Hortmas, ACU. Christ in us. Three-peat. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Steve-O. Appreciate the support.
Appreciate you, Steve-O.
Merry Christmas out there, guys. Merry Christmas. It's coming up soon. It's coming up real soon. Better get that last-minute shopping in. Speaking of, you can go over to merch.allchiefedup.com and check out some merchandise. Up until the end of the year, you get 20% off with the code ACU Santa. So if you would like to get any merchandise, now's the time to do so. Take advantage of that promo code. Mike Yoways with the 2-bomb says, need to tell dude on the Texans to suck it. I think that's a good idea, Mike. What do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, they move stuff around, so it's going to take a second. But here we go.
Suck it! Suck it! We got 2 words for you! Suck it!
Let's go. Suck it. Tim? What's his name? Tim? Timothy? Timothy Settles. Suck it.
Mr. Settles. Timothy, get up here in front of the class and do your report, Mr. Settles.
What do you think that's what, what's the coach's name? D'Amico Ryans?
Yeah.
You think that's what he's going to do at the team meeting? Timothy, get up here. What are you doing?
This is what happens on...
You done pissed off Pat. Now we got to play Petty Pat. And if he wears the turtleneck...
Look at what you've done, Timothy.
That's Timothy.
You had one-legged turtleneck Petty Pat out here putting it on us.
Appreciate the 2, Mike. And then we got a 5-bomb from Flapjack. He says, how many potential playoff teams have we played this season? Or how many potential playoff teams have played versus
Have
Buffalo?
we played versus Buffalo, Steve? You're struggling.
I understand what he's asking now. It's early in the morning. I've probably slept a total of 10 hours.
So
this
we
week,
opened up against the
give me a
Ravens.
break.
That's a playoff team. The Bengals were supposed to be a playoff team in week 2, and they kind of just crapped the bed. They shat it all up.
But what about real quick? Can we talk about Joe Burrow yelling at his coach on the sidelines?
I'm starting to like Joe Burrow.
He said, "This is effing embarrassing."
Dude, I'm starting to like him. I'm starting to really like this guy. Like he hates the Bengals now as much as we do.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be there. His house got broken into like Pat, so I feel like a little sympathy for him. His girlfriend calls the cops that he didn't even want to know that was there. I mean, this guy's just getting outed everywhere. Poor guy.
Yeah, keep going though. Let's
The Falcons were supposed to be a playoff team. The Chargers are right in the mix, so that was 4 right there. Are the Falcons in the playoffs in the NFC? Surely not. They've kind of stunk.
They can squeeze in.
So yeah, they're right there. The Saints, they kind of fell off. The 49ers, that was supposed to be a big-time team. So the Chiefs wasn't getting any favors there, and then they just kind of stunk. The Raiders, they stink. The Bucks are right there. I want to say in the NFC South probably. I don't know much about I've not been keeping up, so I don't know who's even in the playoffs in the NFC.
Well, I can kind of give you an idea that
I would say the Bucks are right in the mix. Sure,
they are.
Okay. The Donkeys, which are right in the mix,
They're a playoff team at this point. I think
Who won that
and
game
the Chargers.
last night? Was the Chargers?
The Chargers did win that game.
What was that stupid play they did at the end that everybody was talking about where they'd kick some kind of weird field goal?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the actual game. You think I watched that crap?
Dude, they did something apparently.
That's like watching two old ladies fight, Mike.
They took like a free kick or something. I don't even know. I'm going to have to go back and watch that. It was ridiculous. I had better things to do than to watch those two ass clowns play.
No, but there's potentially going to be 3 AFC West teams in the playoffs. So.
Right. So then they played the Bills. The Panthers stink. The Faders stink. The Chargers, the Browns stink. Texans, Steelers, and Denver. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 of our opponents were supposed to be playoff teams, and about 9 of them are going to probably squeeze in. We could have up to 9 squeeze in. So.
And in comparison, I just looked at Buffalo's schedule. They've played about 5 playoff
and they
teams.
lost a few of them early. All the good teams they were losing to early.
Yeah, the Ravens smoked them. 35-10.
Yeah, the Ravens beat the piss right out of them.
So, yeah, they played about 5. Chiefs somewhere in the 9 range. Depending on how you look at it. But either way, man, Buffalo, they are playing good football. They are, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, like I'm tired of the Josh Allen narrative because Josh Allen is a...
Do you think Josh Allen's been that much better this year than like Lamar Jackson?
Josh Allen's not been that much better this year than Josh Allen normally is. But everybody's talking about how it's playoff year, and I'll tell you what the difference is. Now he is Jalen Hurts. He is cashing in on 1-yard quarterback sneak touchdowns and fluffing his stats up. That's what's been happening all year. If they decided to hand that ball to James Cook every time that they decide to do a 1-yard sneak with Josh Allen, everybody be talking about James Cook being an MVP.
So what you're telling me is he's trying to steal the Heisman from James Cook. He ain't letting the running back get all the touchdowns here. He's padding the stats like the Heisman guys. Okay, look, yeah, I'm with you. I just don't think it never comes. If you want to come down and you want to say the MVP of a team gets you the wins, like which one is it? Is it wins? Is it stats? Is it rushing stats? Is it?
Yep.
Like they change this every single year, but at the end of the day, you can't just keep changing it over and over again. They usually change it for Lamar, but this year it feels like they're going to slide it to Josh Allen somehow.
Right.
Just because he does something weird, like he threw for a touchdown and caught a touchdown and coached, he was on the sideline as the offensive coordinator and called a touchdown. Like, he's the only player in history to do that.
Right. Shout out everybody, by the way. We hit the 15 goal in Super Chat. So the top donor today will get it in a signed poster and an ACU tumbler.
You might get that if I have it in stock. I don't know how many tumblers
we'll get it.
have
We'll
in
get
stock.
it there. We'll get it. We'll make sure they get it. And I went ahead and I set a new goal for 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes. We're going to try to get 10.
We got more?
And if that happens, we're giving away another tumbler. And I'll make sure you have enough tumblers, Mike. So
this guy out here.
Let's go, baby.
This guy out here,
Casey
like
Lion
Santa
Squad.
Claus wearing red.
Casey Lion Squad with a 2. I am Santa Claus. Don't tell anybody. I could dye this bad boy white.
Go
We'd be
for
good
it.
to go. Give it time, man. There's a lot of
The
great
Jets
coming in.
beat the Bills and Rodgers retires.
That'd be hilarious.
That's the prediction.
So, I mean, Buffalo just has to drop a game here, and the Chiefs are safe.
Well, I mean, they play the Jets and they play the Patriots
New England,
twice.
but they play New England twice, and I feel like that's a game where Josh Allen could take a dump. So, I mean, maybe, just maybe,
they are
the
like a
Pats
bitter
pull.
rival, right? So maybe like they've got this built-in game plan that they know they can always like roll out and kind of just annoy Josh Allen a little bit.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Appreciate the 2 KC Lion Squad. Sam Lofton with the 2 bomb says, "Let's freaking go ACU and crew. Go Chiefs. Let's go, baby. Get pumped. Chiefs got to win the next 2 games, and then everybody gets to rest for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
going into
buddy.
the playoffs. That's what needs to happen, baby. And we're gonna find out. Do you realize that their games are so damn close together that by this time next week we're gonna be 2 days outside of knowing what's going on? Like literally after Christmas Day, we're going to have a pretty good idea how this is going to play out. So appreciate the 2, Sam. And then Jay Kelsey with the 5 bomb says, "I forgot to add the ACU code when I signed up for Underdog."
Oh,
no.
hell, Jay. You know what? They're going to come at us and be like, y'all didn't get nobody. We're going to be like, we got Jay. He just forgot the ACU at the end.
They
bro.
all forgot it. There was a bunch.
You know what's funny? They all do this stuff, and it cracks me up that all these people want to come in here and, like, you know, they want the ACU crew. They want to sponsor. They want to. How funny is it, man?
Hey.
Like, they think y'all a bunch of gambling degenerates. This is the NFL. This is like we're at Christmas
Said
time.
we've meticulously checked out your audience, and we feel like they're gambling degenerates.
They said you guys got a bunch of gambling
And they like to
degenerates.
sleep. They like to sleep too.
And they love to sleep. Give them a sleep mask too.
That's awesome.
Is
I
it
appreciate
cold
you guys,
selling
though.
mattresses? They think that you guys are the sleepiest gambling degenerates ever walked.
No, but for real, thanks for the support, guys. Like monetarily, awesome. Also, just hitting up the sponsors like Jay did. That helps out too, because these guys are keeping us afloat. It's nice to be able to be at that point. We're trying to grow this channel. We've been trying to grow it for a couple years now, and we'll continue to do so. We're never going to stop doing that. But it's nice to be in that position, and you guys make it possible. So really appreciate you guys for taking the time to sit through some of those ads and things like that. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Stephen James with the 2 bomb said, "I said, Merry freaking Hortmas, ACU. Let's level up, guys. We got to level it up." Give a little round of applause for Steve-O here. Leveled it up. Chiefs Kingdom's been a little quiet this year. To be 13 and freaking 1,
quiet.
going on a 1 seed, chasing a 3-peat, the entire Chiefs Kingdom's been a little quiet. It's been odd.
You think Chiefs Kingdom, there's a certain level of even like they're just kind of fatiguing out? It's hard to be.
Now's the time to dig down deep.
Now
okay?
is the time, but I'm just
You
saying,
look,
like,
Mike,
do you think
reach
maybe you even
deep
go through
down
that?
in there and you pull that horn out? You pull that effing horn out and you just
After
take it to
3
the
years
end.
in a row of
You
just
take it
people-
home, baby.
Just you walk around on the street. I walk around the street with my Chiefs hat on yesterday, and I had some slap nut be like, "Chiefs suck," and I turn around, he's wearing a Christmas toboggan of the Bills, and you know what I did? I give him the finger and I said, "I hope you choke on your chicken wing, big dog." That's what I told him, and they kicked me right out of Buffalo Wild Wings. So
You didn't even get to finish your chicken.
the chicken was horrible. It was dried out anyway. I wasn't going back.
Mike, I hear that train a coming, baby. We got some gifted memberships rolling in here, baby. Peter Ortiz with the 5 gifted. Appreciate you, Peter. If you guys make sure you have your gifting turned on, first of all, up at the top. Click that little gift to make sure you can receive
sir.
gifts. It's the time of giving. It's Christmas. You want to be receiving gifts, so make sure you're doing
Should
that.
I sing us a Christmas tune?
I think you should, Mike, because not only did Peter show out with the 5 gifted, but our boy Kyle said, I got 5 gifted as well. Everybody giving out the gifts here on Christmas. Loving it. Mike, we're waiting for you.
Feliz Navidad. Oh, God, that was weird. I choked.
You did choke.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prosper año. Felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. That's enough.
All right.
That's enough. It's too early to sing. You know, usually the voice of an angel, and I can't pull it off today.
Choked.
I
You
need
literally,
water.
literally and figuratively choked on that one, bro.
I choked. It was too early.
You pulled a Josh Allen in the playoffs on the Christmas song.
Yeah, I was flopping around like Josh Allen out there. I didn't know what to do. I kind of started in too high of a key. It's just a little too early. It's before lunch. I haven't even had my Jersey Mike's today. Sponsored Jersey Mike's. Shout out Jersey Mike's. Get in here and sponsor that.
Here's your opportunity. I mean, it is the best sandwich out
We're
there,
about to send everybody. We're about to send everybody out to lunch, and we're not going to take this opportunity to tell them to go to Jersey Mike's because you all don't want to give us the black card.
Yeah, come on, Mike. What are you
doing, Mike?
Either way, want to I appreciate Peter and Kyle for giving out those memberships. If you got those, make sure to thank them in the chat for being freaking awesome. Mike, we got Perry with the 2-bomb.
Let's go.
He says the Bills are 2-3 versus playoff teams, and the Lions are the IR. You're not wrong.
The Lions
Perry.
have got drilled. I mean, we've got drilled too, but the Lions have been hit too. And
I
the Lions probably got hit harder.
I do not feel no sympathy for anyone.
The funny thing is, we had the most of our IR was off our like offensive and our putting up points, and then all their IR's been on their defense. Like they can't stop nobody, and we can't put points on the board. But I feel like we're getting way healthier than they are. I don't think they're just supposed to get anybody back, even though they're the little pass rusher, Aiden Hutchinson. He said he would be back for the Super Bowl. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, well, they're not going to be there, so it's okay. Mike Janae said you're a fraud. You're not a real singer. You're a fraud, bro. You got busted.
I don't talk to Janae because she said that she used code HBTC instead of ACU when she signed up for Underdog. So I don't care what she says.
Help the little people out, Janae.
No, I think Janae. No, I think she probably already signed up.
Yeah, I know.
It's been old, so you can't re-sign up. But I feel like if Janae loved me, she would delete her account and re-sign up with a whole new bank account. Go just get a new bank account. Be another gambling degenerate.
Yeah.
I want you to gamble so hard that you have to use the sleep mask because you're so tired of gambling.
That's hilarious, man. Peter with a 20-bomb right after gifting out 5 memberships. Peter doing the Lord's work. Look, he even has a little Santa hat on his dog there.
I'm loving it. Look, I think... You know, for the Christmas game, I'm wearing Santa hat. The whole game. I'm not even going to wear my Chiefs hat, just a Santa hat.
I wish I had one. Here's the thing. I have one in this house, and it's from my 3-year-old came home from preschool yesterday with a gift. They gave him gifts, and it was a Santa hat. But my head's too freaking big for that one.
Well, they give your 3-year-old a Santa hat?
Yeah.
What's he going to do with a Santa hat?
He's going to wear it.
Give that kid a block set or like a race car.
No, man, he's having a blast at preschool. I think he likes it. He goes over there and terrorizes. He's a tiny Trojan now. That's the name of his school. They're the tiny Trojans.
I mean, I think they're telling you guys something.
Yeah, I think
they're like, look, y'all wouldn't have these.
This is the 7th kid you've had over here.
Yeah, they said, here's the tiny Trojan. You should have Trojaned up about 3 years ago.
That could be it.
Send that out to KC. Pat needs it. He needs some help, some protection.
Shout out Chief Royal Hawk. Been a member for 4 months now. Says, Steve, show Julia your dang Mahomes bobblehead. I think I know what they're talking about.
What? Wait, what are you talking about?
They're talking
the new one?
They're talking about Delonte.
He's gone.
He's gone. We got rid of it. I can't do it, Julia.
Look, I want to tell you guys a story really quick. This is we're having fun. After I tell this story, we'll give some game predictions too, by the way.
Yeah, that's
because
coming
we're going to do that. I wrote our representative over at FOCO, and I said, look, guys, Chiefs Kingdom absolutely hates that Patrick Mahomes bobblehead. They said he looks like broke-ass Delonte, whatever his name is, I don't know. Some guy said he looked like the freaking dude from King of the Hill. You know what I'm talking about?
The neighbor.
I don't remember his name. What is it?
Was it Redcorn or something like that?
Freaking John Redcorn.
He did.
Wait, hold up. Is he really?
I also saw someone say he looked like Paul Pierce. They got to do better.
Well, here's what I told him. I said, look, guys, y'all got to do better than that. I can't have Redcorn out here on my desk doing this. with a Chiefs jersey on. So I did tell them, and they said they're going to reluctantly take that back to the department that designs these things, and they're going at the expense of getting fired. They're going to tell them to redesign the Mahomes. So maybe ACU, we've lost our FOCO sponsorship now, thanks to you guys. But
I couldn't stop laughing, bro. I couldn't help it.
Other than that, I think we may get some change. It takes some pioneers to stand up for change, Steve.
It does.
And just like John Redcorn or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Sam Lofton says a daycare called the Tiny Trojans are definitely trying to tell their customers something.
Right.
It's not a daycare, it's preschool. And just to preface it a little bit, the high school in this town, they're the Trojans, so that's why they're the Tiny Trojans. But it is funny. I like the spin. Leave it to Mike to come up with that.
It was there to be came up with. I don't know if that's the right word. Steve, let's do some predictions. You want to go first?
Let's do it. Yeah, before I go, though, I just want to say thanks for being here today. You guys are freaking awesome. It's been fun. And we're going to give some game predictions. We want to see your predictions in the chat, so make sure to put your score predictions.
Drop them.
In the chat. Drop it in the chat. Also, do us a favor. If you haven't hit the like button yet, it just takes a second. It has helped us out a lot. So just hit the like button. If you're watching on Facebook or X, we appreciate you guys too. Make sure to like that, repost it, whatever you can do to help get the word out. All right, Mike. Game predictions. And you're making me go first. You put me on the spot. I haven't really thought about it.
I'm going to make you go first. I want you to just, while you're thinking about it.
There's the Patrick Mahomes bubble.
Check out. Get yourself one of these, Big Daddy. Yes, I've got you off your game.
Come on, man. I'm supposed to be thinking about a score here. All right, Chiefs Texans at Arrowhead. I'm going to go, Mike, you know what? I'm doing it. They're going over 30. Hollywood's back. Get the Mahomes bobblehead off the screen. Quit trying to throw me off. Hollywood's back. Mahomes is going to settle a little bit this week. He's going to get into his groove. I think they're going to score 34
You're going to do it?
34 points.
You went over 30 on the Texans defense.
I did. And you know who I've really been liking lately?
I like it.
Our defense. Our defense. I think we're going to get after them.
Don't say it so weird and creepy, though.
34-24 Chiefs.
You don't have to say our defense. It's like really
our
weird.
Defense. Our defense. Yeah, 34-24 Chiefs. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to give the game ball to none other than Petty Pat, Perk Pat, Turtleneck Pat, whatever you want to call Pat.
What's Perk Pat? Is he a Percocet?
Yeah, because, yes, that's the thing. Everyone knows that Perk Pat will get you. What? He'll take you down, son. You just got to make sure there's no fentanyl in there.
Pat?
But no.
It's demonetized.
Probably. Sorry. You can bleep all that out. But either way.
I can't even do it. Beep.
YouTube, you're a multi-billion-dollar company.
We're on the
Beep it out.
Sensor. Beep.
Beep it out. I'm going to give the game ball to Pat. Yeah.
Hey. It is.
Yeah, you know.
It is. I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's going to happen. Vitamin T, Pat.
You know what that reminds me of? When you called him Perk Pat, I instantly thought of Project Pat.
Oh,
I love Project Pat.
Project Pat.
Out of Memphis, baby.
It's a gym.
Hey, I was at the mall in Bowling Green. Shout out Hilltoppers down there. And
you're in the home of Nappy Roots down there.
Yeah, this kid come up to me. This guy. Well, he's not a kid. He's probably
this
like
little
18.
fella.
He said, "Man, you take my CD here." He said, "I'm trying to give it away for money." And I was like, "Bro, I don't have a CD player in my car. My car is too new to have an actual CD player in it."
Way to rub it in there, buddy.
I didn't say it bad. I just said, "Dude, I don't have it, bro." I said, "I got MP3 you on Spotify." And he's like, "I do. I have one on there called the Project."
You showed your age with the MP3 thing. All right, go ahead.
Well, not MP. I don't know what it's called. Anyways, the Project Pat, like he's got a freestyle, and he's from Memphis. And he did a Project Pat freestyle. And when I was leaving, I was jamming it. And I seen him out front. And I just pulled up and rolled down the windows and jammed it up. And he was like, "Yeah."
Was it good?
Dude, yeah. He was sick. I support the kid. You know what? Why not?
Right.
Yeah, have your dreams.
Well, Mike, it's your turn.
Here we go.
It's your turn.
I'm going to go Chiefs 27. I'm going to say it's going to be 27-24 Chiefs. I think it's still going to be close. I think the NFL is going to keep it close again. You got to overcome
Sheffers going to be out there.
Yeah, we're going to have to beat Sheffers. We're going to have to beat everybody.
Slap nut.
That's just the way it is. I think our boy, why can't I think of his name? Harrison Butker. I don't know why. I kept wanting to call him Carson.
What?
Carson Butker.
Blasphemy.
Old Carson. Oh, but Harrison Butker, he's going to kick the field goal there. He's going to get the win. He's going to come back off that little 30-yard miss. What a weird little chip shot
His
miss.
knee gave out on him.
Dave Tobe took blame for that, by the way.
Yeah, well, he should.
I guess Dave Tobe was holding the ball or something. I don't know.
Put him out
anyways,
there too early.
I'm going to say 27-24 Chiefs. And then I'm going to give the actual game ball. And I'm not going to go Perk Pat. Even though that's a fire nickname, actually.
Come on.
I'm going to give it to Hollywood.
Uh-oh.
First game back. And look, I don't care what his stats are.
Hollywood.
I don't care what his stats are. I'm going to give him the MVP for getting back and showing some true grit to get back out here again. I think he's going to help flip the offense, and I think you're going to see enough glimpses of how this offense is going to look in 3 to 4 weeks in the playoffs. And that's why I'm giving it to Hollywood. And I do think Hollywood might sneak in, 3-4 catches for about 50 to 60.
You think Hollywood sees the glory land there in the end zone, you think?
If he does get in the end zone, it's automatic. I mean, you can't have a guy in here. Don't you have to give it to him? It's his only game he might get to play in Arrowhead ever. Well, minus playoffs.
Yeah, you're going to be there for the playoffs.
Minus
baby.
playoffs.
Yeah, we
Okay.
get that 1 seed.
So I guess not. I got a little over dramatic.
KC Lion Squad with a 2-bomb says 35-20 Chiefs. Let's freaking go, Chiefs Kingdom. It's time to get a little horned up. You think we could slide Carl Cheffer some Blue Chew and take the blood from his brain and throw him off his game? Maybe he won't be going crazy.
Look, he'll be all he'll just be out there just
Maybe we get him all horned up. We'll get him on our side.
domed up. Just passing out. He goes to blow his whistle, but he can't. Like when you blow the balloon too much and you pass out? Like when you're blowing up balloons?
You think?
That's what that guy's like with his whistle. He's walking around like, chill out, dude.
Hey, so maybe, if worst case scenario, he still Carl Cheffers the crap out of us. Maybe he gets drug tested afterwards and he fails for wiener dope, and he's gone.
Somebody spike his drink with some wiener dope.
Gone. Get Cheffers out of here. Appreciate you guys being here today. It's been a fun time. And everybody that donated, you guys are awesome. Top dono, I'm pretty sure is forgot his name.
What are you doing?
Flapjack, probably. I don't know. We'll have to look and see. But we'll get a hold of you, and we'll send you out your tumbler and your signed poster.
Flapjack's not the top donor. The top donor
No?
was Peter Ortiz today, baby.
Oh,
He gave away 20 and he gave away 5. 5
gifted.
gifteds. So Peter, congrats, big dog.
snuck in there at the end.
He did. You were thinking about last live. Dude, he got snaked last live. Our boy. You were talking about he got snaked at the end by Anthony.
Yeah.
He come in and he
Hey,
said,
why is
"Look,
everybody taking down Flapjack? What did he do to
yeah,
everybody?
everybody's trying to get Flapjack. But here's the moral of the story. I'm glad we got Ray Ray out of the pit.
Ray Ray's out of the pit along with everybody else that was in the pit. Ray Ray was the savior.
It was like
for those
Warzone. You know when you're getting ready to close into the final circle in Warzone, it says jailbreak and everybody gets the sky out. They're out of the sky. You just see the whole jail going. That's what happened yesterday with the ACU crew slapnut list.
Yeah, so hey, just a fair warning, you'll probably see some slapnuts in the chat, but to the pit. Hey, some people are so stupid they need to go twice. It's the way I'm
not opposed to sending them 3 times. I might let them out of the pit to put them back in it.
Why the hell not? Thanks, guys, for being here. Do us a favor, hit that like button on the way out. Also, shout out Underdog for powering today's live stream. You guys are awesome. Make sure to hit that description. Sign up over there with the code ACU, by the way. You can do that.
Yeah, Janae. And have yourself a day tomorrow. Cheers.
Have yourself a day. We'll see you again before Christmas, so we'll have a little Christmas
Have
live
yourself
stream.
a day.
We'll also see you post-game. Not sure if that'll be after the game or on Sunday, but keep your eye out for that because we have some family things to do this weekend. So
Who would have thought?
We'll get some time together.
Family
for the
time
ACU
of the
crew.
year. Who would have thought?
We'll make it happen. But see you guys later. Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
Heaven was a sight from my soul.